So now when anybody goes into those funnel steps, whatever it is, the first step, the second step, the first step is firing those pixel code, the activity on that pixel code. Now, it's very, very basic because it's gonna tell Facebook that somebody is visiting your website. I'm gonna go back here for a second and just go through one more example on doing this. Make sure you download that Pixel Helper on the Chrome store to make sure that you are able to measure the different steps along the way and you're able to see what that little powerful little code is doing for you and how you can use it to communicate better with your audience. Don't worry about it. If this is all new to you, we're gonna keep on evolving on this ability. So I'm gonna go right here, I'm gonna close this for a second. And let me go to another example. View setup instructions. Use integration or tag manager. Let's say that I want to do one that is really common, WooCommerce. This says this integration is supported for WooCommerce versions 3.0 and WordPress versions 4.4 and above. So now you know that, right? If you have under 3.0 then or under 4.4 on WordPress, you got two options. Either you get your developer to upgrade you or you get your developer to install the code for you. Or if you know coding, go for it. You're gonna grab that code, you're gonna do the manual install and just get the code installed on your website at the right places and it's gonna be all good. It just takes a lot more work, that's all. But if you can use an integration manager, then you just go through the steps. Like over here, you can just basically just get this particular tool right here. It's gonna be an integration that you're gonna, once you download it, you're gonna be able to use that to connect to WooCommerce. And look how simple it is. You go to continue, and you follow the steps right here. You go to your WooCommerce dashboard, you go to plugins, you go to add new, and then once you are here, you're gonna go to upload plugin. And did you see that download that we just did on step number 1? On the download plugin, it says choose file and select Facebook Pixel for WordPress, the one that we just downloaded right now, and you install it in your WooCommerce site. Okay, and once you go to continue over here, the next step, there's an option on WooCommerce that says activate the plugin. And once you select activate plugin, you are gonna be good to go. And now it says the same thing. You wanna verify that your pixel is working on the Google Chrome search, on the Google Chrome browser, because when you select the Google Chrome browser, you can add this plugin and you can make sure that all the websites that you're running are really firing and all the different pages are firing that pixel code correctly. Super cool stuff, right guys? So once you actually get this set up, you're gonna have on your Pixel dashboard data as to what's going on with that particular pixel, and you're gonna be able to see the hourly activity, the daily activity, what's going on. If you're getting more traffic, if you're getting less traffic, then you can know that you need to start sending more traffic. And now, not only that, this is something really important as a final message on this lesson. Guys, remember, Facebook wants you to succeed. What they do with this pixel code is really important because they start accumulating data about the user and they start recognizing and learning what audience tends to engage with your brand more, buy more stuff from you, complete registrations, generate leads for you. And as they get more data, they can use this data to better target your audiences and help you find more people that are more likely to help you continue growing your business. Really cool stuff. So how do you access it again? You go to business settings. And now let me show you some examples of real pixels that I have going on just for demonstration purposes. We're gonna go to my pixels over here. And let me show you the massive traffic that we have with some of these things. I'm gonna go to my dashboards. And in here, I can see all the different pixels that I have. Some of them I made partners with, that I've been made partners with the actual agencies. And some of them I created myself for my own brands and my own businesses. So these are all the data sources right here. As you can see, for example, Easy Concepts, we got this one right here, 15,000 events received, 20,000 events received. This is just in the last 7 days. What are those events? Well, you can see a breakdown right here. There's a certain amount of page views, view content, initiate checkout, add it to cart, and you can measure the activity. And this data is what we call assets. Why? Because they get better and bigger with time. The more people that you have giving you that data, the more that you can actually continue to expand your business and scale. Just so you guys know, it's really important to understand this one final factor. You can actually continue to communicate with people that have visited your website for a full 365 days. One important note to give you about the pixel data is that you have up to 180 days to continue conversations with people on Facebook, on Instagram, on Messenger, based on their activity on your website. After 180 days, if they haven't communicated back with you, if they haven't visited the website again, that data is gone. So it's not eternal, right? So you have 180 days. So sometimes you want to do campaigns to communicate with people that have visited your site in the last 30 days. Sometimes you want to reactivate people that haven't visited you in 160 days. But just so you have that information, you don't ask me later, 180 days is the limit. There are other audiences, like for example, people that engage with your website, with your videos, or with your Facebook page that you have up to 365 days. And that we will cover more data on later modules. So that's still really powerful. 180 days of website data. If you start sending traffic, it's a great amount of time for you to be able to bring those people back and keep them connected with your brand and continue scaling along the way. Now, if you're one of those marketers that are using tools like ClickFunnels, Instapages, Lead Pages, and all those different tools to generate simple landing pages with different funnels, different steps along the way that you're trying to get people through, well, you cannot integrate this as easily as you can with Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and all those other different e-commerce platforms, even WordPress. It's a little bit more complicated, but still very simple. So I want to show you how to integrate your Facebook pixel code into your ClickFunnels very easily, or your Instapages, or your Lead Pages software, whatever it is that you use. It's going to be exactly the same thing. So it's going to be a piece of cake. So let me show you how this works. Once you have this thing created and you click on it, you're going to have the test pixel right here. We're going to go ahead and open it up. And once we open it up, there's going to be an option right here in which we can actually go ahead and set it up. It says it right there. You're almost done. Finish setting up your Facebook pixel. Place the pixel code in your website header. And then over here, there's going to be an option at the top right that says setup. We're going to hit that option right here. This is how I actually built my initial websites, landing pages. It was not as simple as you guys have it right now. It wasn't just a set of numbers that you integrate into your Shopify shop and then it tracks everything. It was code. You don't have to worry about this very much. Don't worry about the significance of it. What this code means is a series of numbers, symbols that allows Facebook to track whatever is happening on your website. So instead of using Integration Manager, like I showed you guys, you have two options here. You can email instructions to a developer. It's going to be sent to your developer so they can integrate this code into the website, or you can do so yourself. If you are a ClickFunnels user, Instapage, Lead Pages, etc., then you can do this very easily yourself. Over here, manually install the code yourself. And this page opens up right here. Now this page right here is very important to understand that not all of it is important, okay? On this particular page, there's instructions here, like it says, locate the header of your website. Well, all you care about is this option right here that says, copy the entire pixel code and paste it in the website header. Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead and copy this pixel code. And let me show you now what we do next, okay? We're gonna go now to a ClickFunnels page that I have with a couple of steps. So, two options here on ClickFunnels and all the different softwares that you use for generating pages. You can enter on the settings over here, you can enter the pixel code throughout all the different steps. So if you go over here and you go to settings, there's an option right here in which you can just go ahead and copy and paste the pixel code entirely here. As simple as that, right? That's the pixel code. So now when anybody goes into those funnel steps, whatever it is, the first step, the second step, the first step is firing those pixel code, the activity on that pixel code. Now, it's very basic because it's gonna tell Facebook that somebody is visiting your website. If you do not integrate this code at the micro level, meaning every single unique individual funnel step, Facebook will not differentiate between a first step on the funnel or a fourth step on the funnel. It's all going to be the same because it's firing the same pixel. What I recommend that you do, additional to that, putting the pixel all over all the entire funnel is to go ahead and go into the individual funnel steps. For example, over here at the thank you page, let me show you how this is. There's an option right here on the thank you page to select edit the page. That one for me is really important because when somebody lands on that page, it means that somebody has opted into my funnel and I am thanking them for opting in. Very simple. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this page right here, and it's gonna open up this editor. And at the settings side of it, at the settings step, there's an option that says tracking code, okay? Now, in here, we're gonna have to integrate the actual pixel code. So let's go ahead and grab this whole pixel code and let's integrate it. And that's the pixel code right there inserted, right? So right now, it's the same exact pixel code that we entered on the overall funnel. That's not what we want, right? We have to do one more thing in order for us to be able to track leads, completed registrations, or whatever else you want to track once a person lands on this particular thank you page. So this is what we do. We go back to the pixel page and the pixel setup over here, and there's going to be an option over here that is going to be add your events. You see it over here? Add your events. Step number 2. Guys, this is really, really important because events are what Facebook triggers on that pixel in order to show Facebook whatever is happening on that website. For example, there's leads, page views, there's completed registration, purchases, added to cart. Those are all events that are being triggered from that website visit to that particular individual page. There's several of them that are what we call standard events, and let's check them out over here. But for example, here it says, add the events you'd like to track. You can go ahead and play around with this particular section right here once you're done with this lesson. But let's say that I want to generate just a lead. Let me talk about these two parts right here that you see here. Track event on page load and track event on inline action. Inline action is basically when somebody clicks on a button and is on the way to actually landing on a particular page. They might not be there yet. It might not be loading fully yet, but it's tracking that particular action. So somebody clicking on a button and going in somebody else into another page, that could be tracked as an inline conversion. And you can set that up with that particular code. The more traditional one is the actual event load, meaning that somebody clicked on a button and they said, yes, I want that information, Manuel, can you please send it over? And they hit the button to subscribe, to opt in, and then they land on the thank you page. Once the thank you page loads, then it triggers a conversion. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually grab this particular thing right here, this code, and copy it. You see how it says copy the event code snippet? That's all you have to worry about it. There's a lot more. This is the whole science, but I want you guys to keep it simple and along the way improve it, and the ability is going to keep on developing more and more and more. But if you want to just generate leads, if you want to generate completed registrations, whatever it is that you're trying to generate is going to be more than enough to just have that basic information on how to generate leads, conversions, optimizing for purchases, optimizing for completed registrations, and any of that stuff. So we grab that code right here. Now we're going to go back to the ClickFunnels thank you page. And do you see how we have end of pixel code? Let's go ahead and paste this here, but we're going to go ahead and grab this section right here. You see how it says page view? We're going to put in a space here. And now we're going to grab this one right here, this whole thing right here. We're going to get it out of here. And we're going to paste it right in here under the page view event. So now we have that thing. We can delete this one right here, and we can delete this one here, which is the end of the script. This one right here can get deleted. One more space, and then we're good. So now we're going to go ahead and save this, and we will test it out. Let's save it. And let's go ahead and open up and see what happens with these landing pages right here, and let's see if it's triggering now. Okay, so the opt-in step, let's open it up. The page is loading up, and let's see what fired here now. We use a Facebook Pixel Helper, like I recommended, and we got a page view. All right, that's exactly what we're looking to fire. Perfect. So now somebody lands on that page. This is something that we have out there for the podcast. Somebody's listening to the podcast. I promote the page and they land in here and it's going to trigger a page view event. And that's all, because that's all the code that I want in there. But now if they land on the thank you page because they entered their information, then we're going to have a different event trigger here. Thank you page. Oh, you will receive your free Facebook ad examples on your email shortly. So let's see what triggered over here. Look at that. We got a page view and we also have a lead event. So now that's really valuable because I can use that for a lot of different things. I can retarget these people on Facebook that have completed a form, that have registered. I can actually create a lookalike audience, which we're going to talk about later on this course, which is a very, very vital part of scaling your ads on Facebook. You use that data to find people that are similar to your actual subscribers, your actual emails. And that's how you incorporate the pixel code also into your ClickFunnels pages, into your lead pages, into your funnels along the way, no matter what they are. Eventually, I could imagine that Facebook is going to make it easier and it's going to do something like they've done for Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, etc. But for now, that's how you do it, and it has to be done like that. Otherwise, you're leaving a lot of money on the table and you're missing out on the potential of being able to make that pixel understand the importance of your audience. Who is your audience? What are they interested in? What they don't like? What they like? What are their main things? And when Facebook has a lot of data, they use that data to improve your Facebook ads results. So keep on working on giving them data. Make sure that you incorporate these pixel codes correctly.